Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web. Well, two people have so far left like a vote on what figures we'll be painting next, and both of them have gone for Orc Archers, so they're the ones we're going to be painting. Okay, but first off, what I want to do is just show you a couple of other orcs I've done. Now we have an orc boy and an orc knob from Warhammer 40,000. Now, they say in Warhammer 40,000 that orcs are a plant-based life form and are therefore green-skinned. Hence the reason the skin is green. However, for the Wrath of Asherdalon orcs, I chose to go with the J.R.R. Tolkien description of the origins of orcs, which are corrupted elves. So that is the reason I've gone for brown skins, or normalish flesh tones. Now these seem to fit these orcs. The problem is the figures from the Blood of Gruumsh bear more resemblance to the Warhammer 40,000 orcs than to, say, for instance, the Orc Archers. Picked up the wrong model. The Orc Archers from Wrath of Asherdalon. These look more like the Uruk-hai orcs from the Lord of the Rings movie. So I'm feeling a little torn as to whether to do them 40k colours or whether to do them similar to this. But to tie in, they're going to have to be similar to this colour, so they're going to have to be brown skinned or flesh tones. So I have made my decision. I just wanted to explain what my decision was, why I've made it, and to show you the options I had in my decisions. But as I said, they do bear a very, very striking resemblance to 40k orcs. Okay, possibly not that particular 40k orc. That one might be better, but even so. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. But I just think they look more 40k-ish than the previous orc models that I've come across in the game system. So, saying that, we're going to be doing we're going to be making a start in this video on the archers. There's going to be a lot of blacks to this. There's going to be a lot of, as I said, browns, very muted, dull colours, nothing bright and sparkly, because let's face it, they're orcs. So that's what we're going to be doing. But first, I have something that I missed off from Yonmon here, and that is, there is a horn or a tusk or some description there and there. So what I want to do first, before we do anything else, is to get my fine brush out and just go over that knobbly bit. and make it look as though it is actually made of horn, tooth, whatever. And there as well. I know the original paintwork of this, it had red eyes. Well, I don't like the idea, so I'm just going to leave the eyes as are now. So that is that finished, and now we can make a start on the orcs. But before that, I'm just going to get my paint sorted out so I know which ones I'm using, and when I've got them all sorted into hand, I can go through them, tell you exactly which ones I'm using. So I shall see you shortly. Okay, we've started. I've sorted. Not I've started. I've sorted. So what I'm thinking of for main skin colour is Balor Brown. Once we've gone over with the Balor Brown and it's dried, obviously we'll go over with the Agrax Earthshade, and then mixing some more Balor Brown with Screaming Skull to lighten it, to do the highlights. Quite possibly Dirk Flesh will come into play, possibly for the quiver, or the his little skirt or shorts or whatever they may be that he's wearing. We're also talking Rhinox hide, more than likely for her. And then for metal parts, we have our trusty tin bits, followed by Hashut copper. So there may yet be more paints coming along in time with it, but for the moment we'll just go with these and see how we get on sorted. Okay, so I said we're going to start off with Balor Brown. Another one I picked up, which I don't know whether they're going to be using yet or not, is Talon Sand. We may find use for that as time goes on, but as I said, nothing definite yet. But as I said, we'll see how things go. Okay, so let's start slapping the paint on, and we'll go with the Balor Brown for his skin tone. And it's just slap the paint on and hope for the best, same as we normally do. We can go along and turt up afterwards. This is just a base coat after all. We will be highlighting, we will be doing washes later on. We'll be picking out more detail when we do the washes, so no need to create any big fuss about it. And we have bare arms. I mean, the thing is as well, if the paint doesn't go on too thick and cover everything, I suppose that could also be an advantage. You still see some of the black undercoat showing through. It could give more of that 3D textured look, as it were. But we'll just, as I say, as I always say, slap the paint on. what we're doing is we're enjoying painting a figure. We're not creating a work of art. You can spend as much or as little time as you want doing this. If you want to take it further and try and bring out more detail in it, then by all means do so. These are your models, and you do them how you want them to. You have to be happy with your models, and if you're happy with your models after you've painted them, then that is the sign of you doing a good job. I mean, I don't know whether I've mentioned it before, but if I have, then forgive me for rehashing all things, but I don't expect anybody to look at these videos and think that I'm doing anything too complicated that could intimidate people into not painting. My idea behind this is to encourage people to paint the figures by making it as simple as possible. There's nothing worse than, well, I'm saying there's nothing worse. I appreciate a really, really well painted model, as I suppose everybody else does. But the really well painted models, I think, if I was playing a game, if I was playing somebody's game and they'd painted the figures to a really, really high standard, and I'm not talking about Warhammer 40,000, I'm talking about any game which involves a miniature. Could be Dungeons and Dragons, could be Mice and Mystics, Descent, Dust Tactics, Dust Warfare, any miniature game, or any game that has miniatures. If you're using somebody else's miniatures and they've painted their figures to an incredibly high standard, I would be so nervous of touching them. I don't know about the way anybody else would feel, but I'd be so nervous of touching them in case something happened to them. You know, these are gaming figures when all's said and done. They're not works of art, even though some people make them out to be. As far as I'm concerned, as I say, they are just figures on the table that you use to help you play a game. And the more simple but effective the way you paint them, the less nervous I think other people would be of touching your figures, of using your figures. You know, it might just be me, I don't know. It might just be my lack of confidence. But you know, you want, I don't know if I'm going over this a little too deep or analytical, whatever you want to call it, but it's just the way I think about things. Half the time they're going to be in a box. They're not going to be on display. They're going to be tucked away in a box. They're going to be taken out, they're going to be used, they're going to have people who don't necessarily have the same standards of care that you have with them. And I mean, that's, you know, as I say, the game pieces, it's like your little dog or your ship or iron in Monopoly. It's game pieces. It's not a piece of gold. It's not made of gold. It's plastic. It's resin. It's possibly tin or whatever metal they make it out of. I don't know. You get them. You paint them. You want them to look good. You want them to be usable. You know what I mean? I say, it might just be me, it might just be the way I look at things, but yeah, well, if you agree with me, you agree with me. If you disagree with me, you disagree with me. It's my opinion. You know. So, what I'm trying to do with all this is to help people who are completely new to painting, who are looking at other painting tutorials and seeing the works of art some people are making them out to be. And to be honest, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, it's fine, brilliant, fantastic, good luck to you, fair play to you, enjoy yourself. You know, it's your hobby. But that style is not for me. I want something where I feel comfortable other people handling. You know. And I want to feel that other people can handle. I want to feel comfortable handling other people's models, and I want other people to feel comfortable handling my models, whether painted or not. Because there are some games that I haven't actually painted the figures to. Zombies being one, for the simple reason being they're that flipping many and they're that flipping small. But it would drive me absolutely nuts trying to paint the zombie figures. I did start, and I got about 5 or 6 in, and I thought, dear God, no! What are you doing, Stephen? Pack it in. There's too many. You're wasting your time. So I just stripped them on back. I just soaked them in Dettol for a few hours, give them a scrub, and removed all the paint, or as much paint as I could. And I won't be painting those ones. You call me a wimp, you know, call me what you want for that, but you know, I want something that's going to relax me. I want something that's going to, that I'm going to enjoy doing, and I don't think that would. That looks just too much, way too much. Anyway, enough about the painting. Let's talk about something else, shall we? As you saw from the last video I did, the unboxing, I have now got the starter red box edition of Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm looking forward to getting these out of the way, and then I can look towards doing a playthrough of this, a playthrough of that on here. I intend fully to do it straight out of the box. I have no intention whatsoever of looking at it first off. The first time I play this game, or that game, it will be the solo mission that's actually in there, and it will be done on camera, so you will see every little mistake, every little cock up, every little single thing I do wrong with that game. For my first game, you will see, and I do not know how I'm going to react with it, but fingers crossed it is the start of something really good, because it's a game I keep seeing around YouTube. There are quite a few sites on YouTube devoted to D&D. I feel as though, because all I've got is the adventure game system and these dungeon command, that I'm missing out on something. The lore and the universe of Dungeons & Dragons seems absolutely massive, and I would like to learn more. These games have piqued my interest. So, as I say, I took the plunge. I bought the red box starter set. I have contacted people. I've left a message on the forum on the Games Club website that I'm a member of, and so far I have had one message about the game itself, and that was saying that it's, in that member's opinion, it's the best one, and they've had many happy hour playing Dungeons & Dragons through that game. So I think I've made the right decision by that, and as I say, I am going to play my first game on camera and hope it goes well. And everybody who's into D&D, who have subscribed to my channel, who have left me lots of kind messages, and who know about the game, who understand everything that's going on, you know, please feel free when I do the video to leave comments, offer me advice in playing. Obviously I'm not going to be doing it all in one sitting. I'm going to be taking my time, doing bits and pieces here and there, in the hope that I can do the solo adventure justice. As to whether or not I'll ever become a DM for it, I don't know. I don't think I've got the confidence, to be honest, to do it, but stranger things have happened in the past, because I never thought I'd actually get into D&D. But hey, I have, and it's thanks to Castle Ravenloft. Well, actually the first one I played was Wrath of Asherdalon, so it's thanks to Wrath of Asherdalon that my interest has been piqued in such a way that I can buy the actual full game and try and learn it and try and understand more about the hobby, about the world of Dungeons and Dragons, and I look forward to sharing that side of sharing all that with you as well, and reading your messages and whatnot. So, what I've done, I'm sorry, I started babbling and just carried on, and I don't think I don't know whether I actually mentioned this. So all the metal parts on this I've done with tin bits. Okay, so I did that while the skin was drying. Why have I opened Agrax Earthshade? I don't want that yet. So what I'm going to do now is, with the Rhinox hide, I'm just going to go over the boots of both models. I've changed brushes. I think what I was about to do then was go over the skin with the Agrax Earthshade, and then change my mind. Actually, I forgot what I was doing. That's my problem. Half the time I can't talk and think at the same time. So I've got an idea for a character for D&D for me. He's a dwarf, and his name will be Fibro the Bewildered. That'll suit me down to the ground. because anybody who doesn't know, I have fibromyalgia. I get easily confused, easily distracted. I forget things half the time when I'm halfway doing them, and it's all because of that condition. So I think calling my character in that Fibro the Bewildered is really appropriate, and I'm not taking the mick out of anybody else who has fibromyalgia. That is the last thing I would ever do, because, as I say, I understand exactly what it's like, and it's not pleasant. So please, anybody who's watching this who know of anybody who has fibromyalgia, or if you have fibromyalgia yourself, I'm not taking the mick, honestly. I understand what it's all about. I suffer with it. It's not pleasant, and I certainly wouldn't wish it on anybody. So there we have the boots done in Rhinoxide I'm using, yeah, it is Rhinoxide. So I've done that. The next thing, I think, I've also done what I'm assuming is the leather straps that hold the quiver to his back, and his shoulder plating done. I've missed a bit on that shoulder plating. I'm going to have to go back to the tin bits, but I think everything else is done, and I'm going to leave it there for this video. No, I won't. I'll get his little skirts, shorts, whatever he's wearing. I'll get I'll get them done first, and then that's all the base coating done, and in the next video I can come back and do all the highlighting, all the detail work. So I think one will do in the dark flesh because it's a nice colour for things like that, and I think I'm going to get another colour of paint out. Which one I don't know yet, but let's get this dark flesh on here. And it was Andy from MacLeod Designs and Kung Fu Snowboarder who actually requested this series to be done. They were the ones that said that they would like to see the Orc Archers painted. So I hope you're both enjoying, or hope you both enjoy this video and the next one where we finish off. I hope I do them justice. And Kung Fu Snowboarder, I hope you enjoy the full series, because this is the one you wanted. I say after this one I'm going to have a break from the painting again, just to try the D&D game, and then once I've done that one I will come back and I will do Sting of Loath or Tyranny of Goblins, because I've got both of them to do, so whichever one anybody wishes, they can let me know. And I've decided I'm going to do, for the other one I'm going to do purple. I don't know why, it's just the first paint I picked, the first dark colour paint I picked up, and this purple is it Gene Stealer? No, it's not, it's Xerius Purple. I'll put the names up on the video on the intro. Just to give you an idea of which ones I've used. You don't obviously have to use the same ones if you wish to do his. I keep saying skirt because that's what it looks like, but if you want to paint his skirt bright pink with orange dots, do bright pink with orange dots. If you want to do it yellow, do it yellow. If you want to do it blue, do it blue. It is of no matter. It is your army. It is your orc. Do it to your taste. The idea for this is you have fun, you enjoy the hobby, you enjoy painting, and you make it as simple as you can for yourself doing it. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. If you don't have to make it difficult, don't make it difficult. Especially if you're new to the hobby, or if you're new to painting. We're going back to this again, aren't we? I'm sorry, I apologise. I wasn't going to be doing that, but yeah, so there. The only thing that needs painting now is the quiver, the arrow quills, and the top and bottom of the bow. And then after that, it's the the hair as well. I forgot about the hair, but all that can be done when we come down to highlighting. We're waiting for other parts to dry. So I think most of that area where I've just painted now is, no, it's not quite, but I think at least I can cover parts of this and give it a wash with the Agrax Earthshade, and then I can leave it and give it a chance to dry before we come back and add detail. And it's just a case of a very quick wash, just to get into all the crevices. When I come back, I'll be changing my glasses, so I've got my reading glasses on so I can actually see what I'm painting and apply more detail where it needs to go. And I'm just going to go over the skirt here as well because that's brown. And there we are. That's one done. And now number two. Who is number one? Sorry, Prisoner Joe there, if anybody remembers that one. Patrick McGowan and the village. There's something for you. There's something I have, if not for the music, something I actually have. I should show gratitude to, or should be grateful for Iron Maiden. Grateful to Iron Maiden for, is it's introduced me to some rather interesting TV series or works of literature or whatever, or with The Prisoner, but the works of Frank Herbert's The Dune series. They did To Tame a Land, which was all based around Dune, and obviously around with The Ancient Mariner. But that's by the by. Okay, so we have our two Orc Archers, base coated, well, undercoated, base coated, and now washed. So join me next time when we continue and do more in the line of highlighting. Until then, take care, God bless, and bye for now.